Just sit on your chair, have your feet square to the front of the room. And just do a little shift of your weight side to side. So you feel your sit bones drop down into the chair. Don't make it too big. Just feel that your hips, you're dropping weight into one side, one other side. And then just do a little rock back and a little rock forward. A little rock back. A little rock forward. Now start to have a sense that as you go back, you're actually pushing with your feet. And as you come forward, you're actually pulling forward with your feet. So as if your soles are stuck onto the floor with a bit of glue. And then as you push into your feet, so your back responds. You're actually curving your back. And as you pull with your feet, you start to feel the backs of your legs working. It pulls you into upright. Just add a little bit of an arch so your breastbone reaches up. And you're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, push and round your back. And as you breathe in, pull and lift up onto your sit bones and lift your breastbone. Remember, your shoulders are relaxed. Breathing out, just rock. Breathing in, pull with the feet, lift up the chest. Last one, just go backwards. Now add a little bit of a circle, so you're circling onto one sit bone, rolling yourself up into sitting, rocking to the other sit bone and circling back. So now you're going to find one leg pulls you up, you shift onto both legs and the other one pushes you back. So just feel that rotation through the hips. Inhale. And exhale to rotate. Inhale to lift. Exhale, rotate. Find your center and reverse that. So you're going over to the other side and pushing back. Breathe in. Breathe out. So when we do this on the mat, we call these pelvic clocks. But I want you to sense really that you're using your feet and your legs to get the movement. You know, you're pedaling your feet into the ground, using your thighs, but really deep into your hip sockets. Do one more and then find that middle position. Okay? Now I'd like you to take your feet wider, so you're out in a sumo position with your toes pointing outwards, your hands on your thighs, and I want you to just roll back. So you're rolling back, you're rounding your back. Now from this position, we're going to do the equivalent of a roll down. You're going to let your head drop, your shoulders roll forward, your head drop down into that gap in front of you. Lift up your head, lift up your shoulders and feel your back flat. And then engage your tummy and just push with your arms and bring yourself back up. Rock backwards, roll the head, roll the shoulders, scoop the tummy. Lean into the gap in front of you. Lift your chest, pull the tummy tight and just rock yourself back up. For two more. So like a roll down through the spine. Breathe in, lift the chest. Breathe out, roll the spine down. Breathe in, lift the chest. Find your top position. Reverse that. So press into your hands and lift your breastbone, lift your gaze. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lean forward. Roll back up again. Breathe in. Got four more. Breathe out. Breathe in. This is an undulation through your spine. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring yourself back. And just bring your feet a little bit closer together. Right, so we're going to work through the upper body now, through the shoulder connection into the arms. So just pop your hands onto your shoulders to start with and do some circles, circling the elbows up, out and around. So as you do that, allow your back to move. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. exhale and reverse the direction. So as you reach your elbows back, your back arches slightly. As you reach your elbows forward, your back rounds slightly. Breathing in. If I do that sideways on, breathing in to lift. Breathing out to round. Breathing in to lift. Breathing out to round. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let your arms drop to your sides. Now, we're going to spiral the arms. So when you talk about spiraling, you work from a point furthest away from your armpit, fingertips. And I want you to imagine you're rotating them inside a tube, and the tube goes all the way up to the top of your armpits. So starting from the fingertips, rotate through the wrists, rotate through the elbows, rotate right up into your armpits and allow your palms to face the ceiling. And what you should find then is automatically your back starts to arch slightly. Then rotate in the other direction, fingertips, wrists, elbows, armpits. And when you do that, automatically your back rounds slightly. And this is the movement. Breathing in, just spiral. Breathing out, rounding. Inhale. Just keep the arms in the same position. Exhale. Inhale, just get that movement into your body. And exhale. And then lower the arms down to your sides. On the next one, as we spiral, we're going to bring the arms up, lift the chest. As we spiral in the opposite direction, the arms come down to our sides. So you want to think of them like wings. There's no stiffness in the arms. There's continuous movement as you rotate the arms in the armpits. So breathing in as you float them up, breathing out as you lower them down. Breathing in as you float them up a little bit higher, breathing out as you float them down. And again, up a little higher still. And down. Up into a high V. And circle them down. Right up to above your head. Bring your hands together. Clasp them together and bring your hands down towards your lap in that prayer position. Separate your hands out again. Breathe in and lift. Bring your hands towards each other. Bring them down past your face. Let your back round. Once again, breathe in. Lift the arms up. Bring them down. Good. Now bring your legs together, and this time as you lift the arms up, bring your palms together, bring your elbows together, and you're going to bring them to one side. Bring them down, squeeze them. Breathe in, lift them back up again. Now bring your head to look over your shoulder, away from the screen. Breathe in, bring them back up. Breathe out, squeeze elbow to elbow and rotate your body. Look over your shoulder. Breathe in back. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in back. Breathe out, rotate. Breathe in, bring the arms up. Breathe out, lower the arms all the way down. Adding to that, all right? So the next one, we're going to rotate a bit more. So we're going to breathe in, lift the arms, lift the chest, bring the palms together. Bring your elbows together, and this time bring your elbows down and bring the back of your bottom arm against your knee, so you're putting pressure into it. The top arm reaches up and you rotate, so you're squeezing arm to leg. Bring your hand back down. Let's do that side 3 times. So breathing in, lift and rotate. Keep the squeeze to keep your shoulder down. And back. Last one. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, bring your arm back. Let your arms drop by your sides. And as you breathe in, you bring the arms up. Breathing out, elbows together. bring the back of your hand against your leg. Look at your top hand as you rotate and bring your hand back down again. If you're feeling strong, slide your fingertips a little lower towards your ankle. Rotate, keep both sit bones down and bring your hand down. Last one, breathe in and breathe out. Bring yourself down. Let your arms just hang and roll your spine all the way up. Take your hand and place it just in the side of your leg. Take the other hand to the back of the chair and breathe in and rotate to look right over your shoulder. And bring yourself back. Other side. Breathing in, rotate, look over your shoulder. And back. And again. And back. And again. And back. And then separate your feet out, put your heel and you will cross your leg like that. So just put one leg over the other. You're going to put your one hand, the opposite hand, on the knee, draw it across and then rotate around. So we're adding a little bit of a hip stretch and then bring yourself back. Let's do the same side. So you're rotating and you're opening the shoulders, you're drawing that shoulder back. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one, push back into the leg and bring yourself back. Swap over, put the other leg across, back of the hand, and then just draw yourself around. You can use your chair, you can pull yourself around a little bit. Try and get the neck to turn as well as you inhale. Exhale back to center. And again, inhale. Exhale back to center. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out, bring yourself back to your central position. And then we're going to come up to a standing position. Okay, so I'm going to keep my chair in this position, and all I need, or actually I'm not, I'm going to change my chair around. But all I need is that for support. It's not really, it's just there for you to use, a bit like a ballet bar. It's probably going to be a little bit lower than a ballet bar. But start off just that far away from your chair. I'd like you to take the leg closest to the chair and just cross it over. So both your sets of toes are facing the front, one leg slightly forward of the other, but your legs straight, and we're going into a side bend. As you go over, shift your hip to the opposite side to the chair, and then just a straight lift back up again. So both feet on the floor. The front knee can be just soft, and bring yourself back. Okay, remember to use the tummy as well. Over into a little side bend. Now hold that position, round your back, and just see if you can bring yourself so that your little finger goes into a chopping position over that chair. Drop the shoulder, and then rotate back into your side bend. So we're going to keep that position. You're just rotating through your spine, rounding your back. Breathing in, bring yourself back. Breathing out, bring yourself down and back, and bring your arm back and your leg back. Okay, I'm going to swap the chair over. You can just swap your legs over. And leg closest to the chair goes forward, hand on the chair, and side bend. And back. And 2. Try and keep the back leg absolutely straight. And 3. Okay, on number 4, we're side bending and then we're rotating. Reaching, don't drop the arm too low. Think of it reaching towards the wall, and then try and keep that length in your arm so your elbow's not bending, and bring yourself back. Let's do 2 more. So up, over, rotate, reach, derotate, and back. It's quite a complicated movement for the spine. So make sure your back is rounded. You're not trying to lean too much to the chair. You're actually leaning away from the chair. And then bring yourself back and bring your arm back down to your side and uncross your legs. I'm just going to bring the chair back to here again. Now, we're going to do some leg work. So this is really what the chair's going to be good for, is to hold your balance when you need to. So I want you to imagine you're in a ballet school, like you probably all used to be, and you've got your hands on the bar. And we're going to just start off with a knee bend. Now, we haven't got anything between our heels at the moment to check that we're not bringing our heels closer together. So I want you to really feel that as you bend your knees, you're trying to keep your heels in exactly the same place on the mat. They're not allowed to spin inwards. They're almost going to stay put, and your knees are going to track over the middle of your toes. So there is a sense of you using your bum, your gluteal muscles, and then you're going to straighten your legs. All right, so as you do this, you've got to be really careful you don't start to lean forward. So as you do this, your back stays absolutely flat or straight, and then you push up. Okay, so I've got really wonky feet. It's really, really hard for me to actually keep my feet in position and get my glutes to do the work. But, you know, this is a really good exercise to strengthen the deep, deep, deep gluteal muscles and to find that alignment through the legs as well. So we're just going to do one more, focusing on head being in alignment with your tail, so you're not going to tip. Tummy has to work quite hard. And then bring yourself back to standing. Right, from here, I'd like you to bring your heels together, your toes apart, and you're going to lift your heels up. If you can't lift your heels up high, just hover them. If you can't lift them up at all, then just keep them down. Okay, so if you can lift your heels high, do. Squeeze your heels together, and you're doing a plie, a normal plie, but we're going down as far as we can within the range of our own knees, okay? Now squeeze the heels really tight and lift yourself up until your legs are completely straight. So for those of you who work on the reformer, this is footwork. We want to feel as we push out, we're pushing something away from us, and we are really focusing on the knees completely straightening. And again, down. And as you come up, feel your heels are lifting, 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 and you are going into that last bit of straightness in the knees. One more. Lift up, and then slowly lower your heels. Take your heels apart so your feet are now parallel. And we're going to do the same thing. So lifting onto the balls of the feet, you're coming down into your plie. Now I'm making this because I've got more support, and I want you to take that into as low as you dare. Working the muscles around your knees and then lifting up, also not leaning forward, and down, and up, all the way to straight, and down, and up, and 4, and 3, and 2, look great everybody, I can see you all, and last one, down, lift up, drop your heels all the way down. Excellent. Now staying in that, with the chair as it is, I want you to take one leg back and the other leg forward, like you've made a little, very small step forward with your weight on both feet. You're going to lift both heels up, and you're going to bend down and up. Now if at any time, you feel you could take your hands off that chair, do, and really focus on this being a balance exercise as well. But also don't, just stop at the top everybody, don't slack the backs of your knees. Try and get a little bit more straightness out of the backs of those knees. And then down you go. And up, back upright. Good, 2 more. Right, now when you're down this time, hold the position. You may want to hold your chair. Do a little roll down, not too far. Roll down, let one hand drop down. Roll back up again. And straighten your legs. Keep the heels up, do that one more time. So bending, little roll down. If you're feeling strong, take your hands off the chair. Roll back up again. Straighten your legs, drop your heels. Really sorry, but there's one more side to do. Okay, so the other foot comes forward. So we're lifting up the heels into our knee bends. 1. I think we did about 8 of these. Just up and down. Focusing on that sense of really pulling the kneecap up. As you straighten, think of the muscles pulling your kneecap up towards your hips. You'll feel that juddering in your legs. Okay, so number 6, bend your knees, roll down. Now I don't know how far you want to go, but you don't have to touch the floor. And then keep your stability and roll up and straighten your legs. 1 more. Bend, roll down. Think inner thighs, guys. Roll back up and straighten the legs and drop your heels. Give your legs a little shake out. Walk back. Put your hands on the bar and just send your sit bones out behind you. Just reach up, wiggle your hips a little bit. Curl your tailbone underneath you to round your back. Send your sit bones out again, and this time lift your head to look over the top of your chair. And once again, curl and reach back. Now on the next one, I want you to curl up and come onto the tips of your toes and stride 1 foot forward, put it down, stick your bum out again, and go out into a lunge, pushing your back heel into the floor and lifting your chest up. Of course, you can do all of this without a chair. Reach. Round your back, so let your head and neck go. Scoop. Reach back with that foot and send your tailbone out behind you. So once again, round up, come right up onto the tips of your toes. Your head's dropped. Stride forward. Heel first, ball of the foot, toe. As you push your back heel back, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Make sure your back leg is straight. Round your back, drop your head, drop your shoulders, scoop up through your tummy. Reach back with that leg, drop your heels and reach out through your sit bones. Going to do that one more time. So curling up onto the tips of your toes, onto your high toes. Once you're forward, take a step forward with one leg, place the heel, the ball and the toes down. Lift your chest into your long calf stretch. Drop your head, drop your neck, round your shoulders and step back. And drop the heels down, send your tailbone out. Last one, curl. Right up onto the balls of the feet. Stride forward. Push both heels down, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Drop your head, drop your neck. Reach your foot back. Reach back. We've already mobilized the spine. We've done a little warm up. We've mobilized the legs. But I want you to go back into that sense that we had right at the beginning of class of using your feet. So that when you push with your feet, your back is going to round. And when you have a sense of pulling with the soles of your feet, you're coming forward and up. So just pop your hands behind the backs of your legs. Start to push with your feet to make your back round. Feel as if, and even if you can't put your soles flat on the floor, feel as if your heels are going to pull towards your sitting bones as it pulls you forward. So just get that sense today of using the feet, joining the legs into the body so that your feet are really active and they help you. So once again, rock backwards. Breathe in. Breathe out, pull forward and lift your chest now. So now we're going to roll right onto our backs. So have a sense of, gravity and your feet sticking onto the mat as you roll backwards. Bring yourself all the way down and then walk your heels in towards you. So I'm going to just take this out of the way so it's not in front of the camera. We're going to start off very simply. We're going to start off with a bridging movement. But what we're going to do, instead of just doing bridging, then abdominal curls, then bridging, we're going to join them together in a much more flowing sequence. So you just have to go with me and we'll do several repetitions so that it'll become normal. So what's going to happen is you're going to bridge and then you're going to do an ab curl, then you're going to bring your head down and you're going to do a bridge again. Okay, so let's start off. Taking a breath in. As you breathe out, sink your tummy, curl your tailbone underneath you, push your knees forward, roll your hips all the way up. And then as you breathe in, bring your arms back. And as you breathe out, roll your spine down until your tailbone is on the ground. Now this is where you have an option. You can either bring your hands behind your head, you can keep your head and shoulders down if you've got neck problems, or bring your fingertips to the ceiling and curl forward through your body. Okay? Now if you have issues with your head and neck, just take your ball and just leave it behind the head while you're doing any abdominal work. And then we're going to bring the arms down, roll back, and roll your hips back up again. So take this as number one. As you breathe in, reach your arms back. As you breathe out, roll your spine down. Breathe in, bring your arms up. Breathe out, curl, optional, curl your body forward, reach with your fingertips, place them down, and roll your head and shoulders down. Breathing out, roll your spine up. Breathing in, bring your arms back. As you breathe out, roll your spine down. Start breathing in to bring the arms forward. Continue breathing out to curl your body forward. Lower your arms down. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, roll your back down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, curl forward and stay. As I said, at this point you can put your head on a ball or you can bring your head down onto the floor. Reach your fingertips forward, lift up one leg. You're doing 5 little chest lifts towards that thigh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the position, lower your foot down, lower your arms down, lower your head and shoulders down. Roll your hips up, breathing out. Breathing in, bring the arms back. Roll your spine down. Bring your arms forward, curl forward. Float up the other leg. 5 chest lifts towards that leg. 3, 2, 1. Lower your foot down. Lower your arms down. Head down. Roll your hips up. Bring the arms back. Roll the spine down. Bring your arms forward. Curl forward with the arms. Bring up one leg. Bring up the other leg. Squeeze them together and 5 chest lifts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lift your feet to the ceiling. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex your feet, take your palms to the ceiling. Push your feet and your hands into the ceiling for 5, 4, curl up, curl your tailbone away from the floor. 2, 1, and bend your knees, lower your feet down, roll down, bring your arms down, roll your hips all the way up. Breathe in, reach the arms back. Breathe out, roll your spine down. Now for a moment, just let your arms really reach back. Then bring your hands behind the back of your head. Okay, so we're not going to bridge again, we're going to curl forward. And as we curl forward, straighten the leg that's on the floor. Hold that position. Hold the position and squeeze your long leg into your other leg on the floor. So we're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the position, squeeze it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back to center, drag your heel back and roll your head and shoulders all the way down. Once again, curl forward, the other leg goes out. Reach it out straight in front of you. Now squeeze the inside leg, the inner thigh towards the other inner thigh and back. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now back, drag your heel back and roll your head and shoulders all the way down. Take a breath, bring your legs together. Breathe out, curl forward. Stretch out your left leg. Stretch out your right leg. Reach your legs away from you. Open the legs, and they're coming about 18 inches apart. Squeeze them towards each other and try and curl yourself forward a little bit more. Open them and drop back half an inch. Exhale, squeeze. Try and bring your shoulders down your back and your tummy working hard. Open. 4 more. Squeeze. Deepen, 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 deepen. And open. Good. 3 more. Squeeze. And open. Last 2. Squeeze. And open. Good. Last 1. Squeeze. Hold. Drag your heels back along the mat. And roll your spine all the way down. Ooh. Bring your arms to your sides. Walk your feet a little bit further apart. So they're about normal hip distance apart, about 6 or so inches apart. Just wiggle a little bit. Allow the leg closest to the screen just to flop out. The other kneecap's facing the ceiling. And then just roll it back to center. So the leg furthest away from the screen just flops out. You're on the edge of your foot. And then right yourself, roll onto the flat of the foot and bring the knee back to center. Let's do the other side. You're just rotating the thigh bone in the hip socket. It's just turning, dropping. And then feel a little bit of tummy as you bring your knee back to center. Other side, let it drop out. And bring your knee back to center. Okay, so we're going to add to that. That knee is going to drop out to the side. The other knee reaches forward. You're on the edge of the foot closest to the screen. You're going to curl your tailbone under you and roll up. Now, if you can keep that hip down, do. But it might come a little off the floor, but I want you to really reach out through the opposite knee. And then roll your spine down. It'll be slightly on the tilt. And bring your knee back to center. Let's do that again, same side. Leg flops out. Curl up, push out the opposite knee, lift the hip. Try and keep this hip up. Roll the spine down, try and bring it down through the middle of the spine and bring your knee back. Last one on that side. Open, roll. Now get a little bit more energy through the knee that's dropped out. Push that out as well. Reach it out. You're on the tilt, the hip will lift. Roll your spine all the way down and bring your knee back to center. Other side, flop the knee out. We're doing 3, roll up. Just think, you're not actually trying to lift your opposite side, you're trying to lift this side and then you're rolling down. So it's going to be a very little movement. Okay, feels like quite a big stretch. As you push the knee out, your opposite hip might just hover off the ground, but you're trying to get the length out of this side, the side closest to the screen. And then you're trying to drop down through the back of your spine and bring the knee back. And then we change it a little bit. As you roll up on this one, push the other knee out as well. So one knee's going at an angle, the other knee's pushing straight forward. You're getting a bit more feedback into your hips. Roll down through the breastbone, through the lower back, uncurl your tail and bring your knee back. All right, so even yourself up now. Roll your hips up again. Now at this point, the leg closest to the screen flops out. You roll your spine down. You bring your knee back to center. You do 2 more on that leg. Roll up. Your knee rolls out. You roll your spine down. Anybody who's got issues with their spine or their pelvis, just moderate this. It can be a tiny, tiny little movement away from center. But just feel your glutes working, your hips working as you roll. So that's a really small one. If I wanted to make it bigger, I'd take it all the way out. And do 3 on the other side. So come up, come onto the edge of your foot, try and open your hip, roll down, and bring your knee back. Now this near knee is going to want to compensate by pushing out. Try and keep it on the center line so that when you let one leg roll out, you don't let the other leg move. You're rolling down, opening the hip. Oh, we'll just do 1 more. So rolling up, letting your knee roll out, rolling your spine down, bringing your knee back to center. Lovely. Stretch your legs out and away from you. We're going to do roll up. If you need your band, put it on your feet. Reach your arms back. Go for a nice long stretch. Squeeze your legs together, bring your arms forward, and as you breathe out, curl the body forward. Scoop up. Take your body over your legs. Roll your spine back down again. Lengthen down and reach your arms back. So we're going to do 3 of those and then we're going to stop when we're up. So we've got 2 more to go. Arms come forward, reaching forward, scoop the tummy, bring your body up and over your legs, roll back. We're not restacking, just rolling back and forth. And inhale, reach back. Okay, number 3, coming up and forward. Scoop the tummy. Now, take the leg closest to the screen. Bring it up into a bent knee position. Keep that foot dragging along the floor. Roll yourself all the way down, but bring the knee with you. Okay? I'd like you to put your furthest arm on top of the knee, the other hand on your ankle, and we're going into single leg stretch. Now this hand presses down to bring your thigh bone into your hip socket. That one, you want to try and keep the alignment through your leg. Now if you have neck issues, link your hands and just put them behind your head and don't put your hands on your knees, or use the ball. So bring your head and neck forward, draw that knee down into your hip socket, draw it towards you. The other leg is on the floor, by the way. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to swap legs. Drop that leg onto the floor and reach. And we're going to do 4 like that. This is number 3. It's number 4. Then bring yourself back to the first position with your leg on the floor. Roll your spine all the way down. Curl forward. Hover the other leg off the floor. We're going to do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring both knees in. Roll your spine all the way down. Starting again, reach the other leg a little higher. So it's not parallel to the floor, it's a little bit higher. Breathe in. We're going to do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both legs in and roll your spine down. Bring your knees in towards you. Right, so crisscross, which we're going to do now, is exactly the same as that leg movement. That knee comes right in towards you. You're going to start with the first leg on the floor, and that's to keep your opposite hip down. The only difference is you bring your hands behind your head. You curl forward, rotate on your axis. The elbow comes towards the floor. That knee is pulling in, really deep. Now, rotate back to center and swap legs. Push the leg along the floor, rotate. See if you can pull your elbows wider. Bring your leg in a little closer and then swap for 4. Reach the leg along the floor, pull this leg in towards you. Last one. Find that twist. Bring both knees in towards you. Just give them a little hug. We're going to do 4 with the leg a little bit higher off the floor. So rotate, then swap for 4. And 3. And I want your focus on bringing that leg closer and closer to you. And the other one further and further away. And bring yourself back, bring your knees in. Last one, the leg's a little higher, and you're going to do 6. So reach the leg a little higher. Try and keep the hip down. 1, 2, 3, elbows wide. 4, up a little bit higher, guys. 5 and 6, and bring yourself all the way back. Draw your knees in towards you. Just circle them out and around. Hands on the backs of your knees. We're going into rolling like a ball. Optional if you don't want to do it. Push away, bring yourself into your balancing position. Okay, so we're going to change this slightly. Instead of having our legs together, I'd like you to cross one ankle over the other one. So your knees are apart. Alright, so I'm going to have my outside ankle furthest from the screen on the top, the knees wide, that wide apart, my hands gripping the backs of my legs, and my shoulders dropped. Okay, so there's a lock between your ankles. Look down into your tummy, roll back, roll forward, hold your balance, and uncross and lock in the other direction. So roll back, roll forward, hold, change the lock. Inhale, exhale, change the lock. Inhale, exhale, and change the lock. Right, so now we're going into roll over. So what we're going to do is add a little bit to this. So if you want to watch quickly, I'm going to put my hands down on the floor, I'm going to roll, and I'm going to stretch my legs out, cross them in the opposite direction, open the knees. So I'm really, if anyone's done reformer work, this is short spine position, roll and catch. Okay, so rolling back, guys, put your hands down, roll just to your shoulders, stretch your legs out, recross them, open the knees, you should be able to see the ceiling, roll and catch. Keep the ankles locked in that position. Roll back. Reach. Uncross and recross. Open. Back. And catch. Last one. Roll. Use your arms. Stretch. Open the knees. Roll back. Hold that position. And just place your feet down onto the floor again. Stretch your legs out. So making sure you've got a little bit of a V in between your legs. Make sure you've got a little bit of space on either side of you. And we're going to do the saw. So shoulders down. Don't collapse into your lower back, but feel, you've got that pelvic floor muscles working, you've got a little bit of glute working, your legs are pressed fairly deeply into the floor, and as you breathe in, you're rotating towards the screen. All right, now think of that spiral through your hands. The palm of the back hand spirals towards the front, the palm of the other hand spirals towards the back. You pull in your tummy and you reach towards your ankle or your little toe. You bring yourself up facing the side and you spiral in the other direction. And breathe out, dive. Breathe in back. So I'm not fussy if your hips move. I think the furthest leg should push forward so your hip goes with you. Okay, so as I turn to this side, the leg closest to the screen is pushing forward to help my rotation. And then bring myself back. So as I turn towards the screen, the leg furthest away is pushing forward, so it's helping my rotation. And back. Good, last one. Breathing out. Bring yourself back to center. Just bring your legs together and allow your body just to drop gently over your legs. Have a little breathe. Roll yourself up to center. Okay, so having had all that hip work, I'm going to have a stretch now, and I'm just going to see whether you can actually see my legs. Should be able to. I want you to take that leg, place your foot on the other side of your knee. Actually, let's make this easier. Place the foot on that side of your knee, so it's not on the opposite side. So you're sitting upright. This hand, the opposite hand to your knee, is going to pull it across. That hand is going towards the floor, right back behind your buttock. Once again, we're going to rotate. You're going to draw the knee across, and as you breathe in, you're going to look over your shoulder. As you breathe out, you bring yourself back. So get that sort of decompressing of the spine, the spiraling movement. Breathing in. And breathing out. Right, now we're going to do one more. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring yourself back. This hand pushes the same knee out to the side, dropping into that hip. Keep the hand there. Lift the other arm up. And as you push that knee out, lean forward into a hip stretch. Reach. Now, just reach over the top of the leg. Don't try and collapse to the floor. Keep your back straight. Then drop your hand and roll your spine up. Okay, reach it up. Lean forward with a flat back. Try and keep that knee reaching out as you stretch your hip. Roll your spine back up again. One more. So it's a long stretch up. A reach forward. Keep your head up. Don't collapse your head. And then roll your spine up. Lovely. Now take the other leg. Take your hand and pull your knee across. Take the other hand, put it behind. Now as you pull your knee across towards your shoulder, rotate to look over your shoulder. Inhale as you do it. Exhale back to center. Two more. Nice and tall. And exhale, center. Last Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Push that knee out. His hips much tighter. Lift up your arm. With a flat back, lean forward. Try and keep the arm parallel to the other leg. And lean. Keep your chest now. Push that knee out. Lean into it. Then drop your arm and roll your spine up. Reach up. Reach over. Drop your arm. Roll your spine up. Last one. Lean. And just gently roll up. Send your legs out in front of you. Give your hips legs a little bit of a wiggle. Take your ball. And we're going to lie, and if you just watch for a second, we're going to do a little bit of extension on the ball. So the ball is optional, obviously. Some people hate it. You can do this all on the floor. I feel it gives you an automatic lift. You can put a cushion under there if you prefer. So you want it to rest just on the breastbone. You don't want it down on your diaphragm at all. If anybody's very sensitive to this, please be aware this is where you build up a lot of uncomfortable tension. So you want it higher. You want it on bone. Don't compress your boobs too much, please, guys. Elbows wide and your legs out in a little V. Okay, lift up the back of your head and neck and push the ball forward as you elongate your spine. So remembering you're lifting your tummy up. Your tummy button is just trying to sort of scoop up off the floor, and you're just pushing the ball, and actively push that ball forward. Pull your shoulder blades down your back and then drop into the ball and relax. It's not big. Please don't think you're coming very high. So you want to think of your length, the length of your spine. As you draw your shoulders down your back, visualize the vertebra of your spine separating. Visualize they're decompressing. That in order to decompress your spine, you need a little abdominal work. Your ribs pull in. You're dragging space for those discs into your spine. You want to drag out a little bit more length. And then drop down and release your head. Let's try that one more. So one more time, bringing the head and the neck up, reaching forward. Good. Now, just let your breastbone drop a little bit into the ball, and I want you to hold that position without collapsing, and immediately it becomes much more obvious you're using your back muscles, so use your tummy more, and just slide your arms forward, and see if you can bring your arms and your body up a little way, and then lower your arms and your body down. Let your arms stay where they are now. So we're going into a preparation for swimming, the swimming exercise. A really, really tough exercise, I think. So your head and neck come up. You push the ball forward, you drag your shoulder blades down, you're not up high. You're reaching one arm forward and the other arm forward. Draw your shoulders down. Now, I just want you to paddle your arms as if you're doing dog paddle. And if you want to, bring your legs together and squeeze them together and just see if you can hold that movement through your arms without your lower body wiggling too much. Just paddling quite quickly, breathing in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and relax. Bring your hands back. Right, so just let yourself drop into the ball again. Lift your head and neck, draw your shoulders down. Slide the right arm forward and separate your legs now and just lift your left leg slightly off the floor. Remembering your knee is completely straight, just slightly off the floor. Then slide the other arm forward and lift the other leg just off the floor. Now your toes, if you drop them, should be about an inch off the floor. I want you to lower your right arm and your left leg towards the floor and lift up on the diagonal. Left arm, right leg and lift. Right arm, left leg and lift. Left arm, right leg. Now see if you can just speed it up a little bit. Tap, 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 tap. Move from the glutes. Do not bend your knees. Keep your legs straight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your legs all the way down. Pull your elbows into your sides. Give the hips a little bit of a wiggle. I'm going to stay down here just for a swan stretch now. So you're going to lift your head up. Move your arms forward if you need to. Push your ball forward. Pull your shoulders down. Push the floor with your hands and roll up into your swan. So hopefully your ball's still there. I want you to lift your tummy really, really, really high up into your body. Your ribs really high into your body. I want you to try and put your elbows down on the floor without touching the ball, without any bit of your body touching the ball. Try and push those elbows down. Then roll your spine down. Okay, so it might not be possible, but that's the intention. Let's try that again. So head and neck come up. Push with the arms. So in Pilates, we're always asking the impossible in the hopes of getting something vaguely more meaningful than what we're doing at the moment. And roll down. So we're definitely working a little bit harder here, not just collapsing down. Last one. Roll up, push the ball forward, straighten the arms. Roll back, press the arms first. Roll your spine down, drop your head. Take the ball out. Just wiggle the hips from side to side. Right, place your elbow, your furthest elbow, right underneath you. Bend your other leg. Now this knee is going to come in a little bit. I know there's some of you who find this extremely uncomfortable, so miss it out if you've got knee issues. You're holding your foot. The idea is you roll your shoulder open and then you push your foot against your hand. That's the important part. The foot is pushing like crazy as you open out into your half rocker. And then you rock yourself, let yourself drop back a little bit. So knee stays close to the other knee. Push, open, rotate, and release. Last one. So this is not only good for your hips, your thighs, it's also really good for your shoulders. And back. Drop down, swap legs. Now go to the other side. Taking your arm underneath you, so you're already lifted. Push, open, roll the shoulder open. And then roll back. Good. So push, open, let shoulder roll open a bit more, push harder with your foot, and back. Last one. And then roll back. Bring your arms back down, wiggle the hips. Going back into a shell position now. If you find it uncomfortable, you can always put the ball underneath your bottom, like that. So just sit backwards. Take your hands to support your head, your elbows wide. And breathe in through your nose for 5 counts. Breathing in. Hold. Breathe out. Relax. Breathing in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 2, 2 more. Breathing in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax everything at the bottom. Once again, final one. Breathe in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just breathe out. Let your breath completely release. Pick up your normal breathing. Open your eyes if they've been closed. Roll yourself up. Tuck your toes under you. Rock yourself back onto your feet. Bring yourselves up to a standing position. Done a big workout. Just find your feet again. Remember that sense of you using your feet to energize. So I want you to press the feet down and feel the energy being drawn up from the ground, up from the earth, bringing it up into your center, up towards the crown of your head. Breathe in and then roll down as you breathe out. Drop your chin, roll your shoulders forward, allow your body to drop down. Just keep going. You can keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hang. And then roll back up again. Press the floor away really actively. Let your shoulders drop. Bring your head